The term flat file encompasses a wide family of files with similar core traits, then some slight differences. Let's start with the core traits. Flat files contain tabular data in plain text format with one data record per line, and each record or line having one or more fields. These fields are separated by delimiters, like commas for example, as you can see on the left side of the screen. Software like Pandas or spreadsheet applications like Google Sheets, which you can see on the right side of the screen here, use these cues in the data to understand how to represent the data inside their respective programs. So both of these sides of the screen are actually the same file, just opened in different programs, a text editor and a spreadsheet program. And because they're in plain text, flat files are human readable. So again, plain text, one record per line, each line having fields, delimiters separating each field. Moving on to the slight differences. First and foremost, the delimiters can vary. Most often, commas are used, which are called CSV files, or comma-separated values, like this file on the left. Sometimes other ones are used, like tabs, in a TSV, or tab-separated values file, which you can see here. This is the flat file you'll use in this lesson. Sometimes the delimiters are spaces, or even semicolons. All of these files show up the same way in a spreadsheet program, like Google Sheets on the right here, though. There's also no standardization that's adhered to amongst flat files as a whole, and even within the individual file types. There are a bunch of little quirks, the major one being some files having single or double quotes around each field entry, like this. Here, double quotes are used. Okay, so let's talk about specific file types. CSV and TSV files, if valid in structure, are always flat. CSV on the left, TSV on the right. .txt files, as you can see in the top of this header here, .txt, can be flat files too, if they adhere to the tabular one record per line with delimiters rule of flat files. But text files don't have to be flat files. They can just be a blob of text, like the Roger Ebert review text for the movie Casablanca. You'll see this variation of a .txt file later in the lesson. In contrast, Excel files, which are tabular, aren't flat. Excel has its data in a zipped collection of XML files, another file format. In an Excel file's original zipped format, it's not human readable, but once unzipped, the XML is. But it's definitely not as easy as a flat file. So flat files have their advantages and disadvantages. They're simple, human readable, and software that can read and write text files, which all flat files are, is ubiquitous. A simple text editor like Sublime being one example. Some disadvantages are lack of standards, lack of integrity, and sometimes massive data redundancy. These will become more clear as we introduce other file types later in the lesson.